What's up, guys?
What's up, guys? What's up, guys?
So, Beauty and the Beast,
Kong Skull Island,
Logan,
Episode 8, Last Jedi
The
teaser
best
trailer.
love letters to Hollywood that we have
This
ever
film
seen.
is a masterpiece. So, until the next time, goodbye.
Atomic Blonde is directed by David Leitch, who was the co-director of John Wick and the upcoming director of Deadpool 2, and it tells the story of a spy, played by Charlize Theron, who was sent from London to Berlin in the time of the Cold War and the time of the Berlin Wall. So there were lots of tensions going on at this time, and she's sent to retrieve a list which has fallen into the wrong hands, which contains the names of all the undercover spies for MI6, the English Secret Service. And if this list falls into the wrong hands, then that could be very bad, because it would reveal the whereabouts and the names of all these undercover spies. And on her journey, Charlize Theron is joined by James McAvoy, who plays an undercover agent also working for MI6. Now, this was a film that I was actually interested to see, because John Wick was a very good, different kind of action film with very well-filmed, fluid action, and David Leitch is going to direct the upcoming Deadpool 2. And I'd heard lots of good things about Atomic Blonde, particularly the stairwell scene. On lots of posters, it said that it was the standout action scene of the year, and the best action scene that people had seen in a long time. So I was generally quite interested in going to see Atomic Blonde. And there were lots of things that I did like about the film. First off, Charlize Theron is really good as this character. Her character, who's called Lorraine Broughton, has unexpected depth, and she's really a character that you can get behind. And in those action sequences, she really brings it, and she kicks some serious ass. And James McAvoy just continues his winning streak of films. He's really good. He's charismatic, and the film is instantly better whenever he's in it. Sophia Boutella also has a small role in the film, and the scenes that she has with Charlize Theron, trust me, there are some very intimate scenes between those two, which I didn't mind. But overall, it's the style and atmosphere that really carry this film, and that's what makes it stand out from other films of the genre. The recreation of the Cold War time period, the shadowy, double-crossing spy feel of it is captured really well, and the colour choices and the lighting are excellent. Especially lots of characters light their cigarettes and then the smoke sort of billows out, and the mellow lighting just captures that smoke really well, and it's really atmospheric, and I really dug that about this film. And of course, what everyone's going to talk about is the action. The action is filmed very well, just like John Wick. It's very fluid, and all the action scenes are very good. And that stairwell scene, which people have been talking about, that's the standout. It's a 6-minute, one-take action scene, and it is brutal. And it's filmed exceptionally well. The soundtrack does have a very good choice of songs, although they only work in certain parts of the film. It does suffer somewhat from that Suicide Squad syndrome, where the film sort of jumps from one song to another, and the songs don't really serve a general purpose, but sometimes they work really well in the film and add to that already good atmosphere. The story is something that we've definitely seen before, and the story and the script are sort of what let the film down. It's definitely the weakest part of the film. And the way the narrative is set up also prevents the film from building much momentum in its main storyline. The film switches between the main story of Charlize Theron and James McAvoy in Berlin and the main plot, and also Charlize Theron being debriefed by Toby Jones and John Goodman in the present day, and her telling the story. So basically the story is told in a flashback from this debriefing room, and every time it cut back and forth, all that tension that had been built up in the main plot was sort of lost, and then it took a while to get it back again when we got back to that main story. And in that main plot, some things could have been clarified a bit more, and also it sometimes feels slightly overplotted and too confusing, and there's too much double crossing for its own good. Also, at one point, you actually think the film was over, and then it turns out there's 5 more minutes of film. I think they could have handled that a bit better and not made that scene that people thought was the end of the film feel so much like the end of the film. In the end, Atomic Blonde was a great showcase for David Leitch's eye for style and action, which bodes very well for Deadpool 2. Charlize Theron and James McAvoy are excellent, and even when the script lets it down, the film has just enough style and atmosphere to pull through. I'm going to give Atomic Blonde a B-. Again, story-wise, not the best, but I would consider seeing it again simply for the visuals. So, those are my thoughts on Atomic Blonde. If you guys have seen it, what do you think? Like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do, and until the next time, goodbye.